to Liberty Park Music. I'm Michelle Huang, your piano instructor. We will begin today's lesson by learning how to form the minor five-finger patterns and chords beginning on the black keys. We will then look into several technical exercises as well as short pieces that will use the minor five-finger patterns and chords that we talked about in lesson today. A minor five-finger pattern beginning on the black keys, it's formed the same way as a minor five-finger pattern beginning on the white keys. The pattern is whole step, half step, whole step, and whole step. We can always figure out the minor five-finger patterns by playing each pattern in the major key first, and simply lower the third note by a half step. For each keyboard, there are two keys associated with it. For example, the keyboard that is marked C-sharp minor, it's also D-flat minor. They represent the same note, but spelled or named differently. When two notes have the same pitch, but represented by different letter names and accidentals, they're called enharmonic. It's simply an alternative way of spelling the notes. To save time and for the purpose of this exercise, we will only spell each keyboard using sharp keys. Spend a few minutes, pause this video, and write out the letter names on the correct keys to form each minor five-finger pattern. Check your work here. These black key minor five-finger patterns are a bit trickier to play than the white key minor five-finger patterns, because most of the notes you'll be playing will be the black keys, which means that we will need to play quite close to the fretboard, and the wrist will be raised a bit to move along the black keys more easily. Notice when the white keys are played, they are also played closer to the fretboard, in between the black keys. Remember, the white keys work just as well close to the fretboard as it is to the edge of the keys. Let's play all five-finger patterns here. Practice these five-finger patterns on a page until you feel comfortable with them. Here we have a short exercise combining the five-finger patterns with broken chords and blocked chords. As we play this, go back and refer to the minor five-finger pattern keyboards if necessary. Remember, a minor chord is the 1, 3, and 5 of a minor five-finger pattern. For the block chords, remember to drop your arms into the keys and putting the center of focus at the base of your third finger, in the middle of the back of your wrist. Let the weight of your arm carry your fingers down into the keys. Let's play a few of these. Continue upwards until the next C-sharp octave. Now we will take a look at a short piece that uses the minor five-finger patterns that we have just learned. Take a look at the piece and make some general observations such as time signature, key signature, and pattern repetitions. Don't be intimidated by the key signature. Take a look at the last note of the piece. It's E flat. So this piece is either in E flat major or E flat minor. In order for it to be E flat major, the third has to be a G. But as the key signature indicates, G is flat, which means this piece is in the key of E flat minor. You probably also notice a new rhythm that you have not seen before, triplet. When three notes are grouped together with a figure 3 above or below the notes, the group is called a triplet. The three notes of an eighth note triplet group equal one quarter note. When a piece contains triplets, count trip-a-let. A good way to count triplet is trip-a-let. Let's do this little exercise on the fretboard. We will tap quarter notes on the left hand, keeping a steady beat. The right hand taps triplet, fitting 3 taps into 1 tap in the left hand, counting trip-a-let. Trip-a-let, 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 trip-a-let. Once you feel comfortable with that, try reversing it. Now the right hand taps quarter notes. Left hand taps triplets. Trip-a-let, 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 trip-a-let. Let's take a look at this short rhythm exercise to practice counting triplets. The basic unit here is a quarter note. So let's start by tapping quarter notes on both hands to establish a tempo. Trip-a-let, 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 trip-a-let. Since the left hand starts with a triplet, try tapping quarter notes on the right hand and triplets on the left hand to get the feel of the tempo. Trip-a-let, 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 trip-a-let. Then reverse, tapping quarter notes on the left hand and triplets on the right hand. Trip-a-let, 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 trip-a-let. Now let's try the exercise together, nice and slow. We will count trip-a-let for the quarter notes as well to make sure we hold each quarter note to its full value. Trip-a-let, 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 trip-a-let. Back to the short piece. Since both hands have the same rhythms, let's tap the rhythms hands together. It's a good idea to tap the triplets first to get an idea of the tempo. Then we can go back and count the big beats, 1, 2, 3. Since 3 triplets equal 1 quarter note, you can think of the first measure as 3 sets of triplets. This is what we call subdividing. Subdividing allows us to divide the music into the smallest unit, in this case the triplet, to ensure that we're playing with a steady beat. Now let's tap the written rhythms on the score. Half note followed by quarter note, but voicing the triplets. Trip-a-let, 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 trip-a-let. Once the tempo has been established, we can go back to counting the big beats, 1, 2, 3. and think triplets first to establish a tempo before we start. Triplet, 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 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here in measure 4, we simply fit 2 eighth notes into each beat, so it will be slower than the triplets. 1, 2, 3. Let's tap and count again from the beginning. Triplet, 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 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's play the piece. First, let's warm up with the E-flat minor 5-finger pattern. Remember to play close to the fretboard, with your wrists slightly raised higher. Let's play and count. Triplet, 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 triplet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next, we will look at a piece called Little Prelude that will use both the minor 5-finger patterns and chords beginning on the black keys. Just like what we have done before, go ahead and take a look at the piece and make some general observations such as time signature, key signature, and pattern repetitions. The first note and last note of the piece indicate that we're in C sharp minor, because the third note is E natural. Not E sharp, which would make it major. Let's play a C sharp minor 5-finger pattern and chords to warm up. Let's take a look at what's the same and what's different. It's clear that this piece is in 3 big sections, A, B, A. In the A section, measures 5 through 8 are almost exactly the same as measures 1 through 4, except measures 7 and 8. In section B, we move up a fourth on both hands. Notice the left hand follows the same pattern. Top note remains the same. The bottom notes change. The same thing happens here like section A, only measures 15 and 16 are different from measures 11 and 12. Let's take a look at the left hand first, which consists of simple chords with mainly 2-note intervals. It starts with a C sharp minor tonic chord with just the first and fifth note. Notice that the G gets repeated throughout the next 8 measures. The only thing changes is the bottom note, which goes up by stepwise motion. The bottom notes are essentially just playing a C sharp minor 5-finger pattern up. Remember to lift your hand slightly at the end of each measure in order to restrike the G. Let's play the left hand together. Right hand is pretty straightforward. Just remember to play close to the fretboard. Let's put both hands together. Remember to lift the left hand at the end of each measure slightly without interrupting the right hand legato. In our lesson today, we learned about the minor 5-finger patterns and chords beginning on the black keys. We also looked into technical exercises and short pieces that use both the minor 5-finger patterns and chords. For your homework, continue to practice these exercises in short pieces. You will also find additional exercises in short pieces that will help you apply what we talked about in lesson today. See you next time.